Hey everyone, welcome back to Hobbies and More. Winter is on its way, and I know many of us garden lovers are wondering what we should and shouldn't do to keep our plants healthy and happy during the colder months. As the days get shorter and temperature begins to dip, is the perfect time to start preparing your plants for winter. I'll be sharing essential winter care tips to help your plants survive and even thrive through the season. While different plants have different needs, I'll be giving you some general tips that work for most indoor plants. Let's get started. Before I get into the care tips, let's quickly understand the winter zones in India. We have mild winter in southern and coastal regions, like here where I live. In central India, the temperature drops a bit more, and in northern India, winters can be extremely cold, with some areas even experiencing snow. The colder region, the more care your plants will need. I'll share my experience and guidelines for keeping plants healthy across these zones. The first thing you should remember in winter month, that is, reduce your watering to your plants. First, let's talk about watering. During the winter, you should remember one thing: you should regulate your watering because plant enters a sort of dormancy where their growth slows down. With cooler temperature, soil retains moisture longer, so plants need less water. So here, if you water regularly, then overwatering can easily lead to root rot. So a good rule of thumb is to let the top inch or two soil dry before watering. If you are in a region where temperature drops significantly, avoid using very cold water. Let it sit in the sun for a while to warm up, as cold water can shock the roots. So, rule number 1 for this winter is check your plants before watering and regulate your watering. Next, let's address light. With shorter days, light availability decreases, so it's essential to place your plants near a south or east facing window for maximum sunlight. Plants need light to thrive, and long periods in the dark can cause issues like root rot. Try rotating your plants if you are short on space with bright light, so each plant gets in turn. If natural light is limited, consider using grow lights for a few hours each day to support healthy winter growth. So, second point is you should managing your light levels to your plant during winter. Now, winter air can be dry, especially with heaters running indoors sometimes. To keep plants happy, try to maintain humidity around them. A small humidifier near your plants can be very helpful, or you can place a shallow tray with water pebbles nearby. Keep your plants away from cold draft and heating vents. Avoid sudden temperature changes, which can stress them out. Adjusting temperature and humidity is very essential in the winter time. It's very important to check your soil frequently in winter. Regularly loosening the top layer of soil with a small tool help aerate the root and ensure your plants aren't sit in a compacted, overly damp soil. So, checking soil and tilling is a very important thing to do in winter. Now, fall often brings leaf drop and yellowing leaves, which is completely natural. This is the time to give your plants a light grooming. Remove any dried leaves and lightly trim back dead branches, but avoid hard pruning, as it can stress the plant in this dormant season. Just stick to soft pruning to keep your plants looking fresh. So, most important thing, you should groom your plants in winter. Another important step is to watch out for pests. Indoor plants can still attract pests in winter, especially if humidity is high. Regularly check leaves, stems and soil and treat any pest early. I recommend spraying neem oil every 2 weeks as a preventive measure. Fungus can also be concern in the winter, so keep an eye out and use a fungicide if needed to keep your plants healthy. So, checking for pest and fungal issues is very important in the winter months. Since most plants are in the resting phase during winter, they don't need extra nutrients. Right now, resume feeding only when you see active growth again in spring. So, hold off fertilizing. You should remember this. Finally, avoid repotting in winter. Plants are in dormancy and repotting can stress them out, disturbing the root system and sometimes even causing the plant to die. Save repotting for spring when they are actively growing again. So avoid repotting. So I can say one thing, that is winter care for succulents and bulb. Succulents love sunlight, so make sure they're getting plenty of it through the winter. For bulbous plants like lilies, they go dormant. Just trim back the leaves and allow them to rest until spring. You can keep them in the soil. Also, you can bring them out and just keep them outside. When your winter planting is done, then you can replace them in the soil again. And that's it. Easy and effective ways to winterize your indoor plants in India. With just a little extra care, you can help your plants make it through winter and be ready to bounce back in spring. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe and share your winter plant care tips in the comment below. See you in the next video. Happy gardening. Bye.